A very pleasant evening to all. On behalf of Department of Civil Engineering, KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, I welcome you all for Tech Webinar Series 12, Societal Connect 6, for the title, Mind Practices for Success. Today we are having a wonderful chief guest, Dr. V. Valarrmathi ma'am, Director, Protons Academy, Coimbatore. It's my pleasure to give an intro about Dr. Valarrmathi ma'am. Dr. Valarrmathi ma'am, she is the director of Protons Academy, Bharatiyar School of Management and Entrepreneur Development, Bharatiyar University in the field of positive psychology. She performed Senior Executive HR and Executive Secretary to MD at Chandra Groups Coimbatore. Her latest contribution is a book on behavioral dynamics and contextual performance, an empirical investigation among knowledge workers. It's available at amazon.com. She has presented and published papers at various national and international conferences. She is trained on research methodology from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. She facilitates experiential workshops and inspires people on different areas of psychology, wise, positive affirmations, personality assessments, and mind practices for success, exponential productivity, and personal mastery. She completed MBA from GRG School of Management Studies and BCom from PSGR Krishnamal College for Women. Worked as a senior research fellow during the full-time doctoral program. She received Emerging Leader Award in the year 2009, Best Business Plan Award winner in the year 2008, also achieved the direct finalist in Tata Crucible Coimbatore campus, edition 2010, India's #1 business quiz program. She is the recipient of Young Alumna Award from GRG School of Management Studies in the year 2015. She also addresses on various forums as keynote speakers, guest lecturer, and panel member. Now, I would like to request to take over the session. Ma'am, please.
Yes. Shall we start it?
Yes, ma'am.
So, good evening, all of you. I'm so thankful to this opportunity to Kanmani and team and for the entire KPR institutions for this wonderful opportunity. Besides all this corona and all that, I'm so happy that all of us are so able to get connected with all of you again on a YouTube line and a Google Meet like this. So today my topic is on mind practices for success. So when I was discussing with your faculty members and with all of you, I heard that there is a lot of time management problems in corona. In fact, it disturbed the entire schedule of us. Like otherwise it would be like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock we would hit the college or the office, but now this work from home options and it has made the entire schedule topsy-turvy. So today I'm going to give you a clear structure, because for me, though corona was introduced before, previously itself it was completely work from home for me. So I'm a digital coach and I was previously into this and was taking online classes and all that. So I was able to, and I was also pretty trying to schedule this structure in a proper way of understanding what is productive, what is non-productive, what is super productive for me. How could I take the maximum from 1 hour working and all that. So I was into this field for at least the past 2 years of this work from home culture. So I think I've picked up the best practices of what I'm doing it, and I'm going to share it, all those secrets with you, so that it will be super useful for you. Okay, so today about this session, how to get more done in a short span of time. Okay, now because everybody, it is like, though it is Amazon's Jeff Bezos or it is an ordinary vegetable wala who's actually residing inside a normal village, it is just 24 hours. So it depends upon how you are going to make the best out of the short span of time. And with this corona culture and of working culture of work from home, we have a good news and a bad news. Okay, the good news is you need not waste time in traveling. You need not really go and give your clothes for ironing every time. You need not schedule your grocery like anything. You can make the best out of what is available at your home, and you need not spend too much of time on entertainment. Of course, all the malls are closed. So most of the time, especially if you look at an American spend at least 1/3 of his lifetime standing in a traffic jam, it seems. So it's like throughout the world. And if an American is going to spend, think of an Indian. So how much time are we going to spend in waiting in a traffic jam, or waiting in a queue for anything, even for just worshiping the God? We Indians, we have a long big queue, and most of the time goes in that itself. So good things about Corona is we need not waste time in all that. But bad thing is there is no schedule at all. Now, how many times you will work? How many hours together you will work? And for what ultimately? No shopping, no dressing up, no weddings, no relatives coming home. We need not go anyone. At the most maximum only Zoom calls and Google Meet calls happening. So what is only going to ultimately happen? The bad news is, with all this 24 hours given to us, we have a lot of disturbances because of our mobile phones. Of course, with this mobile, I could tell you that there is a lot more things that is associated. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, and it could be your college, it could be like your normal classes that's happening, or it could be like live training programs that you have enrolled into. There will be so many things. But then the disturbances is there are too many things and we don't know what to concentrate and how to concentrate on that. So this is the biggest bad news about it. So how to become more productive every day? Okay, we are going to, I will give you the easiest tip now itself. You have to decide your time for every 90 minutes chunks of time. You have to separate everything into 90 minutes chunks of time, and then you got to be super productive in that. In that 90 minutes, you should not actually get disturbed with anything, and that is how you become super productive. Okay, because with these mobile phones in hand, and when we have all the time and technology, when it is so clearly available in our hands, what happens is we feel that we are falling under the category of multitasking. Actually, it is not. We think like we attend phone calls, we do we do write some script writing, we do make some content, post it on some social media, we do a half of cooking there, and someone is coming at the gate and you go and look at them. So it means like you are multitasking, still handling your phone calls and all that. But actually it is not. The more you multitask, the harder it becomes for your brain to focus, it seems. Okay, so because that is the real thing that we get disturbed. And once when we get disturbed with that, you know your day is actually gone. And every time a WhatsApp notification pops up on your mobile and you have a look into it, okay, you take at least 20 minutes to come back to that same focus of energy. Now you remember, can you just correlate about how many minutes how many minutes and how many hours of our time have really gone in such WhatsApp notification? That is one thing which I seriously suffered, and I've made some strategies which I will tell you like as you go on. So certain things which I'm going to communicate to you today may look simpler, but it is very, very hard for implementation. And the more you implement it, the 200% of success that you're going to reap out of that principles. Okay, so I am Dr. Valarrmathi Srinivasan. I'm a digital coach. I'm actually a professional management graduate. I'm a full-time PhD and all that. But then I'm currently into women's fertility lifestyle. I was more looking at bringing the super productivity for women. Like, she seems to be multitasking. She needs to be a wife. Of course, the same goes with men. But then for men, they can easily claim that, of course, it is my responsibility to go for a job and earn and all that. As if women are additionally contributing to the family, it's still she has the responsibility of taking care of the family, taking care of children, growing herself, maintaining her beautiful structures. With all this, her hormonal imbalances, with different kinds of health problems and different kinds of health issues that's suffering from. So I was looking like when I was going deep into this subject, I felt like all the energy that a girl has in her school and the college is actually getting detrited when she's not into a proper marriage. And even if it is a proper husband and all that, the family may not be good, and however good it may be, it is a new thing. You can't expect the same love and care which you got from your father and mother to the same way to be expected to be treated from your in-laws family. And like there are so many other financial commitments that's happening, and you lose your career, or if you struggle to lose your career, if you struggle to manage your career, you lose your feminism. So with all this, there was a lot of disturbances in her subconscious level emotions. So I was actually so keen in retaining the energy of a woman, and whatever it is disturbing her lifestyle, let me develop a module which could give her a supercharged fertility lifestyle. For me, fertility, when I tell, it is not like every year you give birth to one baby like whatever grandmothers and great grannies did. But it's not so. I'm talking about the fertility where she's supercharged, glowing. She's able to manage the career. She's able to manage the children, kids, and with all in all her positivity, she has never lost her self care. Okay, that is what I was so curiously concentrating on. So I've developed a module of supercharged fertility lifestyle for women, where we cure this all the things which is related to her hormonal imbalances just by curing her emotions, and without any medicines, and 100% naturally, because I'm not associated to any company to promote any sort of products which could contribute to her slimness, beauty, and all that. It's 100% natural of what is available right from her kitchen. So that's what I'm currently into. And with all this, my research gets on, and that's how this module also came today. And this is about the mind practices for success. So as I always tell, everybody has the same 24 hours to spend in a day, whoever it may be. You may earn 5,000 rupees a month. You may earn $5 million a month. No matter, the nature has contributed us with the same 24 hours, and it's up to you to develop those skill sets where you will increase this 5,000 to 5 lakhs a month and all that. Okay, so what is more important is, it is not that 24 hours, it is your focus on what you are actually investing your time into. If you are ready to invest and sit and watch a horror movie and disturb your complete mindset, then it's gone. The choice is always yours. If you spend time sitting and fighting with your husband or fighting with your family member and getting the negativity prolonged, that's all, your energy level has gone. If you sit and think of something that has happened some 3 years back, 5 years back, I would have been good, if at all I would have taken that decision, again you're losing that focus and that energy is gone. And I'm telling you, every day 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts is what one normal human being thinks. You remember, 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts is what a human being is capable of thinking in a day. But do you think it is the same 60,000 thoughts are getting repeated? It is like what happened last week, what happened the previous day, or what's going to happen tomorrow. Nothing in the present moment. If you look at that 80,000 thoughts that's coming, almost 80% of the time it is the previous day happenings or what is going to happen in the future. So 80%, 90% of the time it is always on something else, rather than focusing on what to do now and what to concentrate now and all that. So when you look at mind practices for success, it is no more about time management and all that. It is about focus management. It is the same 24 hours. So let us focus on what we are actually focusing for that 24 hours. How much of time that we are going to give for everyone. Okay. So so the whole concept of this comes under the head called as productivity. I have classified certain things into unproductive work, productive work, and super productive work. Okay. Unproductive work is like, I'll give you a list of activities where we feel that most of the time this is the right thing to do, and most of us are actually doing it. And to all of our shock, we are all culturally trained to accept that it is right, and all of us are doing it. Okay, because we are culturally trained to tell that we need to respond, because we have seen our father attending calls every time his mobile phone rings. So we feel that it could have been a business call, it could have been an important friend calling me. So we pick the phone every time it rings. So there are a list of unproductive things. Productive work. Productive work is actually, when you look at the list, what I'm going to share today, you will look like, ma'am, this is what happens inside the college, or this is what happens inside every time. But do you think all this will come under productive work and all that? And when I tell super productive work, you will tell like, ma'am, this is the least amount of time that we have actually spent, because nobody taught us that it is a super productive work, because that the activities which I have listed in that super productive work are all sinful activities, are all selfish activities. And that's what we are culturally trained to accept. So if you change your mind pattern, okay, if you change your thought patterns, and if you completely give a transformational mind shift to you today, you will be super successful. You will look different among your families and friends and all that. Okay, so here goes the list of unproductive area. First one is surfing the Facebook and Instagram consistently. Now it is easy for me, for a person like me, and tell like someone, third person. So coming and telling that you don't use Facebook, you don't do Instagram and all that is very easy for you. May think like it is easy for everybody to tell that no, switch off your mobile phone, keep your phone in some other area, spend time with your family. It's very easy to tell. But I'm telling you, even I had the same difficult times, because I'm a digital coach. The whole of my business lies inside my mobile phone. Every time a messenger pops up, every time my WhatsApp notification comes, it's another lead or it's another customer for me to take care. So it looks like that, but it is not so. For me, I am the biggest source of my business or for my family. Likewise, for every one of you, you may be a student, you may be a wife, you may be a husband, whoever it may be, you are the most important person. Now, when every time you surf the Facebook and Instagram, you are actually losing the focus. Now, again, you will take 20 minutes to come back to the same focus. So, there is a research which tells when you lose the focus, when you feel you are multi-talented and you're multitasking and all that, you are actually more affected in your IQ level. Okay, the person who does the multitasking thing, the IQ level of the person gets dropped to so much compared to the person who takes drugs, it seems. Okay, even you can compare yourself with a person who takes drugs, even that he is not disturbed so much. But for a person who is doing this multitasking, your focus is getting diverted, and you don't sit in a place and do a job. Even if you cut vegetables, if you can cut it hardly for 30 minutes, you could finish the whole junk of work in your house. Likewise, if you're going to wash vessels, or if you're going to sit in laptop and work for some time for 90 minutes, actually, you connect your WhatsApp and laptop together, reply all your WhatsApp notifications, get out of it, you are done with it. That's all. So this is something, surfing the Facebook and Instagram consistently, because Instagram is something which is really popping up nowadays. There is no more TikTok and all that. So everybody is jumping into Instagram. That is the first thing. And talking to friends. I'm not telling that we shouldn't talk and all that. It's like every time your phone rings, attending every phone call that comes to you. Because previously, when mobile phones were very new to this society, when you're having a mobile phone in your hand would be such a big to show off and all that. So always you will feel like you are having your mobile phone in your hands, as if you are a big businessman and all that. Every time the phone rings, no. To be very frank, every businessman, some super productive businessman, doesn't attend every phone that rings to him. You have to teach your friends and families and relatives that you will attend only calls which is actually fixed for that time to speak. So you have to train someone before they call you. You don't attend the call, and teach them the way that that call should be fixed for tomorrow 2 p.m. Okay, and what we are going to speak, because any productive meeting in this world, there is nothing to go more than 7 minutes. This is another research. So when it is more than 7 minutes, which means we are actually out of the agenda, and we try to start trying to speak something negative. It's like most of the time, if you look at some top people above us, some super boss, okay, some super boss of us, they will tell it is 6:30 is the meeting, and you go sit there till 7:30, nobody comes. They will serve you snacks. Nobody respects that time, and by 7:15 they will call and tell, no, wait for some more time. He will arrive in next 15 minutes, so wait for some time. And by 7:40 wait at that time, and then it goes till 8:30, and then they will tell, no, actually he was waiting to meet all of us. The meeting has not come to an end, so let us all meet tomorrow morning 10 a.m. So what is the time that you waited from 6:30? That's all, it's gone. So likewise, we need to be so punctual, and there is nothing to show off that you are a boss or you're executive. If you're a super boss, respect your time of your subordinates, and tell them that this is what I wanted to discuss with you. Okay, minutes of the meeting, 4:30 to 4:45, I wanted to communicate only this. 15 minutes is hard enough, and then is to extract, right, is to articulate on how the process has to be done. So this is one thing. Attending every phone call that comes to you, you need not actually attend. Train people to teach them that you actually don't require to attend, and they have to get an appointment with you, except for your family members, especially for your mom and dad. And also do the proper communication with your parents so that they doesn't disturb you every time. Like suppose you're telling that the meeting gets over by 8 o'clock, by 7:45 itself they will start calling you. So just make your communication very, very clear. And one important thing is, no, ma'am, they will not understand. No, ma'am, my wife will not understand. No, ma'am, it's very hard for my husband to understand all this. It is true nature. No more excuses. It is like, think you are the most important person, and you need to teach people how you have to be treated in this world with respect to everything. Even for a phone call, if you are attending to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who is calling you, then you are showing a projecting that you are always free and you don't have any job, and you are free to attend any phone call that comes to you, and they can go and on talk to you, something. Otherwise, you will not even have solutions to give people. So that is the reason I'm telling you need not attend every phone call that comes to you. And the next important thing is responding to WhatsApp notification. This is something interesting which I have done for my super productivity. What I have done is, in fact, it was very hard for me to do at that time. I was thinking, like, if at all we miss someone, if at all we miss some of the important messages, or even if I miss some husband's notification and all that, what's going to happen? No, it was actually not. What I have done is I've communicated to those important people I'm going to switch off this WhatsApp notification from my mobile phone. So I went on to settings, I went on to notifications, I've removed that notifications. It's in off. So it will not notify. It will not pop up on your mobile phone. That's every time. It will not even show on your WhatsApp symbol with the red color number telling that 34 messages are 100, 200 messages are 100. So it will not even show you that. My WhatsApp will be clean. So what I've done is I will connect my WhatsApp and my laptop together, and I will see to that I reply all those WhatsApp notifications. All my calls are only fixed calls. It is not like every time that I attend all the calls that comes to me, and only calls which is fixed for a particular time, so that I know what to talk and what solution to give to the people who is coming to me. Otherwise, it's just going to be a waste of time. What to do? You're busy, I'm busy, and all that. So I've switched off this WhatsApp notification, and then it's completely like I come and sit, spend that 15-20 minutes, respond to all those notifications, and then get back. So that it's becoming a culture. Like every time, maybe from 8 o'clock to or 7 to 7:30, she will reply all the messages. Okay, and also you need not check and read all the mails that's coming to you. It's always a business for somebody else. So what is actually necessary for you, that's alone you need to concentrate. And so this is nothing but priority. What is the most important priority in your life? And then the next one is checking corona statistics. This is something very, very everybody are most of it was very severe at the starting stage, but now it has come down. Though it is coming down, the media is actually not allowing us to come down. So every time they're boosting up and telling, the lockdown is going to get extended for the next 15 days. Again, that's something, again, 3,000 people are getting. So again, whenever you check this corona statistics increase, it's again and again too much of negativity pouring inside your mind. And that is what the entire media culture is doing in a very planned way. You see only horror movies on your TV. It is not only on the Tamil channels, it's also on the English channels. You have only Annabella, you have Shark, you have Terminator. Nothing smooth movie will come. And if you look at Tamil serials and Tamil films also, there will be a lot of devil movies and all that. So constantly feeding negativity inside your mind. And if you look for a news channel, they will tell suppose if you look at a news channel, I was listening to the news, and they have extended the lockdown, and they've asked people to shut down everything by 5 o'clock. Okay, so people have respected that, and they have gone out of it, and an area looks very blank. You know how a news is being projected. What it actually should be, they should actually put it as, no, see, the government announced the lockdown from 5 p.m. and now it is, people are responding to it in a very positive way, so people are actually following it, and now it's gone. Now how they are projecting the same picture, if nobody is there in the road, you know what happens? So because of all this, the roadside shops and the business which will happen, the economy which will grow till 7:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. has actually come down because of this reaction from the government. So likewise, anything, the business has come down. So they will tell there is no rain for months together and all that. And once when the rain comes, they will tell no prepared activities was there, because of which so many people lost their lives. Who asked you not to take steps for the rain and all that? So likewise, anything you look at it from the media perspective, they'll constantly feed you the negativity. So keeping yourself, that is the most unproductive area. And to sit and watch the news channel early in the morning is one of the most unproductive area. So if you're watching news at that time, please don't do it. Sometime in the 11:30 a.m. in the morning, or by 3:30, so that you don't take anything too much into your subconscious mind, is what I'm telling. And then again, refreshing Facebook feeds. Okay, how many likes, how many comments, how much, who is sitting and having what food in the, someone sitting in Dubai, someone sitting in Canada, what are they doing? What is actually bothering us? So refreshing this Facebook feeds again and again, and cleaning your desk area. This is something people, many of them do. They'll clean for a best day, clean for the best day. You clean your wardrobe, you clean your everything. That's all. But then the work doesn't get done. You do on and on, but then you don't work at that time. That's one of the most unproductive area. You cleaning is a very good thing, but it's not a super productive or a very productive activity. It's an activity. You need not give so much of time. Of course, it's not an activity to be scheduled even. It has to happen in a very, if it is going to be a deep cleaning where you are going to contribute, push all the family members to do some work for you, of course it is. But then I think weekly 2 hours of deep cleaning would be fair enough for a family of 4. And checking and reading emails, that's also. So these are some of the unproductive area. Hope it is useful to all of you. And now I'll go on to some of the productive work. Okay, this productive work is this depends upon to which field you are. I will because it is a societal program, and there are many public people watching this program. I'll generalize it to all of you. Like when you, and mostly for the students as well, because it is when I tell it is productive program, creating your core stuff is the most productive for you. Because 20 years back, Jeff Bezos was telling, I sell only books. Okay, now he is telling, I sell everything. Okay, that's how Amazon has grown. So somewhere in that core technology area, he has broadened his capacity and has multifolded his income level and all that. So creating that core stuff is your actual work that needs to be done. Okay, if you are a student and if you belong to a particular specialization, what is that core area that you wanted to develop? I don't mean that you need to pass on the next semesters that is coming up and finish off your exams. Not at all. I'm asking about that core area of specialization. If you're a housewife, how much time are you going to spend for cleaning, maintaining, and preparing the house for the next week ahead, or the food for the a meal planner and all that? How much time are you going to spend? How much time are you going to spend for even if you are a yesterday I came upon a word that is called as saricista. Saricista means a person who is actually very fond of wearing saris. Okay, even for that there is one word and people are working on it. So if you're going to be that, what is that you're going to do? It is like you look at the sari sister, then you will also feel like wearing a sari, and how you can look more beautiful like them, and what are the different styles, what are the other stuffs that's available and all that. So for anything, there is something called as a core stuff that you need to develop upon. So if you're going to be a housewife, how much time are you going to spend for deep cleaning, how much time are you going to spend for cooking, so that you have at least some 2 to 3 hours every day to work on your career. I don't even wanted to claim it as a career which could give you some financial freedom and all that. So at least an activity which could give you some mental peace. Okay. Or if you're a student, or if you're a knowledge giver, or if you want to grow yourself in a in a more organic way, then you really need to spend at least 2 hours every day for your reading. That's very, very important. Reading, when I mean, I don't really mean that you need to take a book and sit in some corner and go through it for 60 minutes, 120 minutes and all that. It could be a podcast, it could be a video, whatever it could be. But you should again, it should not be like spreading across to every other field. You have to narrow it down to the core area. And even if it is a sari enthusiast, even if it is an Instagram influencer, even if you want to be a YouTube influencer, you just got to select 2 to 3 mentors and then follow them holistically is what you can do to contribute. Again, if you are making this productive work, like sometime you clean, sometime you develop one idea, and the idea just goes away, you don't work on that idea, and then again you come and cook, and then again you come and read, and you tell that you're too overproductive, you're too busy but not productive. You're too busy till 12 o'clock in the night, but then you're not able to achieve anything, then it's again a waste of time. It will be a very painful thing when you go to bed at that time, feeling that entire day I was working, but then I didn't feel like achieving anything. Then it will be like, it's a regret. Today it may be okay, or today it will just be a regret. But then if it goes on for weeks, these weeks will turn into months, and these months will fold into years. And then sometime in life, you will become 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old. And then you look back at the life, you will feel like, yes, all the time I was busy. I didn't know what I was concentrating on. Then at that time, at that point of time, if you're sitting and worrying for that to happen, then even if you are ready to take action, your body will not be supportive to help you in that. So you got to develop one core area for you. Okay. Whatever field it may be. You can be a husband, you can be an automobile engineer, you can be a fitness freak, you can be a digital coach, or you can, whatever it may be. You can be a student who is studying, whatever it may. Develop your core area. Spend at least 2 to 3 hours of reading, and then creating stuff is another 2 to 3 hours. So this is the most productive area. And of course, managing finances, because all your productivity, how is it going to be measured? It should reflect in your bank account. Only then. Otherwise, you will look so busy. At the end of the day, your body is becoming very weak, tired, and you get paid for 8,000, 10,000, 15,000. That's all. It's going to be of no use. And now is the list of super productive work. So, ma'am, if this goes on productive work, what is my super productive? Because everybody will think this creating or reading or posting a content on the social media or spending time, if you're all work from home faculties and all that, doing all this official work of the college, that seems to be the productive work, but it is not. It is actually that seems to be a super productive work for you, but actually it is not. It is a productive work. You are in a job, and all of us are given some work to do, and that is actually a productive area. Good. In some way the career is growing, but that is not a super productive area. I'll give you a list of super productive area, because for all this productive work to happen, for all that unproductive work is, even if it is friends, even if it is your own parents whom you need to take care, you need to earn, and your body should be good. Suppose if someone of your mother is not feeling well, your mother-in-law is not feeling well, and you need to go and work in that place for 1 or 2 days, for which your body should support, your mind should support, your family should support, for which you should really have that capacity to do it. Or you could at least allocate someone to do that work for you, for which you need to pay that person, for which you should be financially independent to do that, to take the decision in life. So for all this, the most important person in this world is you, and you need to take care of yourself. That comes as an important super productive activity. I'm sure in our Indian culture, all these activities which I'm going to tell you were all listed as non-productive activities, or most of the things that doesn't come in the list itself. Okay, so working on your mindset on a daily basis is the super productive activity, because If you feel negative for a day, then the day is gone. Whatever work that you're planning to do, okay, if you're you get a very bad name or a bad comment from your husband or from your wife, for that matter, from your spouse, or you get a constant irritation from your mother or from your mother-in-law or from your father told you something, and that gets irritated and spoils the entire thing, and we get carried away, and it gets carried on for the entire week and month and all that. Maybe the irritation level will come down, but then irritation is still there. So working on the mindset on a daily basis is very important. How do we work on that? So daily affirmations, listening to some same stuff, or preparing that you are like this, your vision board, and listening to your affirmations. It could be whatever affirmations. It can be beauty affirmations, money affirmations, health affirmations, pregnancy affirmations, or whatever it is, productivity affirmations, and all that. You can just download it from Google, or you can learn the art of writing for your own self, and you can write it for something for yours, and then you can start doing it. Because, ma'am, is it daily important to tell these affirmations, or do you think what impact will it have when I daily tell this or daily read this? It will definitely have impact. Why do you really need to take bath daily? You have already taken bath on a Diwali day, and you want new dresses and all that. Why do you think that it is necessary for us to take bath daily or brush our teeth daily? Don't you think that ugliness or the dirtiness is again getting accumulated for the next day? Likewise, the vibrations of people around you, the aura level of people around you, and the mindsets and the disturbances of people around you will affect us daily. So it is very important. Like we take bath, we dress up, we brush up, and all that. It's very important for us to daily read the affirmations, cleanse your mind, and listen the same stuff, again and again. A very positive vibe, create a very positive vibration for your subconscious mind, so that it doesn't get deviated with any sort of negativity that is disturbing you. If you could spend some 60 minutes or some 120 minutes every day for this kind of super productive activities, all your productive activities will just get completed in maximum 60 minutes or 120 minutes for sure. So you're just going to work only for 4 hours in a day, and all the other thing, it's only for spending time with your family, enhancing your beauty, taking care of your health, preparing good food, spending time with your husband. All that is going to be super super productive for you, for which you must be ready for this investment. You need to write your goals on a notebook by hand. Now what's happening, digitech students or digitech children, what nowadays, they develop a goal planner from this mobile phone. They you have a vision board app in your mobile phone. I've tried all this, nothing was working for me. I have to-do list. I even have a grocery list on my mobile phone, so that when I go to a department store, it's not necessary. It's very ugly to look at a notebook and again read it. Or at least I write everything on the notebook and just take a photo of it and then go. So all that, some sort of organizing things is okay, but it's very important that you write your goals on your notebook by hand. No, by hand is very very important. Why is it? Because when you touch this pen and notebook, and when you're writing it for you, your goal is like, I want to reach 1 lakh customers, or 1 lakh, I want to touch 1 lakh women by end of 2020, or I want to write a book and publish, I want to author a book and publish, I want to become a big public speaker by the end of this year. So whatever it is, some sort of a thing, you are actually giving a command to your subconscious mind, so that the universe starts responding to your prayers, and all those things starts coming and falling in your place. So that's very important. So just like that, sitting and typing on a laptop will never work for this alone, I'm telling you. This kind of writing goals, writing a journal, writing a gratitude list, reading your affirmations or writing your affirmations, you got to do it on your pen and paper, which means your neural schema is getting loaded with positivity, and the universe is starting to work. Okay, and then reprogramming your subconscious mind, because I'm telling you, 99% of the children are spoiled by the parental limitations. None of us were taught to be so happy or to take care of our own selves, because we have seen our parents working so hard, and the power of making money itself has gone. As I tell you, the Amazon owner or the Reliance owner is having the same 24 hours. But then we are also, then why are we sitting at 8,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees per month? Why are we not able to touch that 20 lakhs per month and all that? That's because of the program that we have loaded into the subconscious mind. That's an operating system problem. Now, where does this operating system get formatted? Like, where did this operating system get developed? It actually came from the parents, and then from the teachers, then from the society and all that. But that 90%, I'm telling you, it is from the parents. You could seriously see a child getting affected because of the parental limitations, because they limit your growth, because you see the world from the eyes, from your own eyes. So if a boy and girl is standing and talking, they may think it very differently, and you may think it is friends, someone may think it is brother and sister, someone may think it is boyfriend and girlfriend, someone may think it is husband and wife, someone may think it is business friends. So it is all, everybody thinks from their own perspective, and most of the time our parents we have seen we have it's actually a developing country, and we have seen all the struggles. Now most of the parents will fall under the category of 1956 to 1976 for that matter. So where this country was actually struggling. So these people have seen all the struggles of the country, and because their parents was not so well off, very flourishing life and all that. So all these people have seen is very poor finance management, poor relationship management. You go and tell I love you to your husband, keep on telling, your parents will seriously look at awkward, or your in-laws will seriously look awkward, because they are not being trained to do that. Okay, so this is it's actually a different way of life. So what has happened is, the way we are programmed, the operating system is programmed, is actually very, very it's not so good. So we have to reprogram the subconscious mind, for which you need to spend so much of time creating systems for yourself to take less time, so that you don't take so much of time tomorrow. And another important concept that I wanted to tell you is, especially with reference to your super productivity, have less, so that you will have more insight, you will have more smiles, you will have more laugh and all that. Especially if you want to immediately implement, go stand in front of your wardrobe and look at your wardrobe. 80% of the time we wear only 20% of the dresses. Maybe with 20% of the dresses we feel comfortable, we feel we look more beautiful and all that. So have that 20% of dresses which you are looking beautiful. Take off that 20% outside your wardrobe and give it to someone who is actually in need of it. Okay, have the 20% of the dresses and plan your dresses the before day itself, whatever it may be. Most of the men's will, ma'am, it's not a problem, like for me anyhow, this is ash gray shirt or the light blue shirt that I'm going to wear, so I don't spend time. Better iron the clothes and have it ready for tomorrow. And likewise girls, now, like, I was always worried about wearing matching or bangles, matching jewelry and all that. But then I really didn't have the difficulty even after getting married. That's because I organized the day before itself, so that everything is ready. I just got to take bath and wear it. So that's how minimalism, and also getting into the concept of organizing. The ultimate message that I wanted to give you is, self-care is not a selfish activity. No, respect the stomach. Whenever some guest is coming and sitting, when you feel hungry, you either give the food and sit all of us together and eat, or waiting till 10 p.m., 11 p.m. for them to go out of the house, and your stomach starts bubbling by 7 p.m. You're still not having the food. So respect your stomach, have the food, respect your body, relax your muscles, do a lot of meditation, develop a healthy routine for you. Sleeping is actually not a sin. If you miss the last day night sleep, it is not a sin to take some 20 minutes in the afternoon and sleep. So that's something really missing with Indian women and all that. Compliment yourself daily, surround yourself with people who could uplift your energy level, add more color and more music to your life. If you have beautiful dresses, start wearing this. Corona is actually killing the entire year, so don't wait for the next best day of your life. Make this day as the best day. Do not wait for perfectionism in life. Focus only on progression. Okay, falling in love, always fall in love in becoming the best version of yourself, because you are enough and you have nothing to prove to anybody. So calm down, concentrate on your super productive areas, leave off all the unproductive areas. Okay, so shall we go on for the question answer session now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful session.
Thank
From
you.
the starting to the ending, the wavelength is very amazing.
Thank you.
From your speech itself, it showed, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, ma'am. We are having few
Yes.
questions. Participants, you may ask your questions and you may chat the questions in the chat box. And too many members, they have given the comments like very useful session, wonderful session, it's a needy session. Too many comments are given in the chat box, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
One of the participant, Mr. N. Panda, he asked, how do others' opinions still run my life?
It will never run your life. I'm sure it will not. It is only giving importance to other opinions is running our life. It is nobody's opinion is going to run your life. It is always, it is your opinion, your importance. Of course, if it is going to be your mentor, parents, it would be for your goodness. So at that time you can listen to that, but that doesn't mean that you can always accept those decisions and just move your life with those decisions. That is too bad. That is the reason we are given the sixth sense for us to decide, and choice is always ours. So do not fall under the habit of victimhood, telling that because my father-in-law said and because my father said I took this decision or not. Choice is always yours. Just listen to those opinions, take your decisions. Next question. Yes, next question, Kanman.
Ma'am, I have one question, ma'am.
Yes, Meena.
Ma'am, how to overcome the negative emotions, ma'am?
How to overcome negative emotions? Good question. First one thing is understand that we are all human beings. We are not chitty robo to be always positive. So one thing is we can't be always super positive. That is one thing. But at the same time, we need not have this negative emotions ruining your life for the next half a century of your life. It is just going to be half a day, to the maximum, it is okay. But then if the entire week gets spoiled, then that's all. So one thing is, why is this negative emotion coming from? Who is actually giving you this negative emotion? Please avoid those kind of people. It is very easy for me to tell, but then I was like, when I came personally across certain issues in the life, then that was the time that I understood, like it's like no more I should wait for my husband or my father to come and stand at the back of me and support me. I have a mouth and I have all consciousness to speak. So I have to teach people the way I have to be treated. If I give the option of treating me in every way that is comfortable for other people to do, treat me, then obviously people will take chances. So I have taught people that they have to teach me, treat me only positively. In that way, most of the negative emotion doesn't even come to me, and that's how I do it. Was it okay?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, then how to predict the workers' productivity and unproductivity? And after completion of the day only, it's realizing. I know, ma'am. Then how to predict that, ma'am?
Yeah, very good question. But who is the worker here? In what terminology are you asking me this question?
The worker means, for example, a faculty or a student.
Okay, that means somewhere you didn't clearly express what has to be done in a perfect way. If that is at the end of the day, you realize that it is wrong, which means you can correct it for the next day, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So, which means you actually need a set of clear job description. This is what they tell it is job description. But then what happens is in most of the organizations, it just goes into a HR 6-star file comfortably sitting in a cupboard, and it comes out only for the ISO auditing and all that. For which, if it is a faculty and you are expecting something from her, you need to clearly tell her that this is what you are actually expecting from her. This is your super productivity level. Other than that, replying these mails, sitting and filing all these documents doesn't come under your productivity, for which an admin job is always okay. But for a faculty, if you want to develop yourself from this college to the to a faculty working in IIMs or Harvard development and all that, you need to focus your energy towards your research area and publishing on international journals, for which the institute you could avail the support from your institution, for which the institution or the whoever you're telling should be very, very clear on your expectation. At the same time, same if it is for students, you need to tell clearly to students what you are actually expecting out of them. If you are very unclear and at the end of the day you realize that this is what I didn't really expect from you, then please speak out your expectations. Tell them that clearly that this is what is actually expected. How do you tell? From the past references or from the past thing, or be very, very clear. 5 o'clock, and that is what I'm telling Meenakshi. It is absolutely fine-tuning our own personality. People should understand when it is Meenakshi, it is 5.00, 5.15 or 5.505. You go and stand with her. It will not work with her. So better to be punctual. It is not like you need to become so arrogant for all this. It is the way people should understand this personality called Meenakshi, that she's very clear on her thing. You put a comma and she will definitely ask for the question of what this comma is about. So become clear about speaking to her and then you go to her. That you only need to teach people. That will come in over the course of time.
Okay, ma'am. Super, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, next question.
One of the participants, Bhuvaneshwari Markandeyan, she asked how to manage all kind of problems occurs in the same time.
Occurs in the same time.
Yes, ma'am.
Switch it off. No, first of all, it is not necessary to look at it as a problem itself. Or otherwise, you need not respond. It is always like, it is not the number of problems that we face in life. It is how we respond to those problems. Just list it down and then list down which is the, see to that which is in the top priority and give more attention for it. At any cost, let this not problem get inside your energy level. That is the only thing. And when you look at it not in your energy level, then you will really not look at it as a problem. It is just one activity to be completed. It is not a problem. If it is a problem, then it is getting inside your personality, and that will disturb your energy, so that then the list will only go big, whereas you will not finish the problem. So get yourself detach it from the problem and the activity. Look at it as an activity. Take list out the priorities. See what is the top priority. So who is the most disturbing in that list. Take that as a top priority. Finish it off that one. And then you go on to the next one. I hope it is useful.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, another question,
yeah.
ma'am. What belief better serves my vision?
What is that?
What belief better serves my vision?
Very good question. You need to change your any belief will serve your vision. One good thing, you didn't actually come out with a clear question. What belief serves your vision? Any belief will actually serve your vision. That is the clear thing. If you decide that you're going to be next to Osama bin Laden in the next 20 years, you will definitely become the biggest terrorist in the world. That is how this world is designed. But then what belief system are you going to decide is what is your thing. Now, if your parental recording is very poor, and if you have very foundational mistakes in your life, then that will lead to your vision. So one thing is, first become clear about your vision. Okay, write down your vision, what you actually wanted to be, or what is a vision when you leave out this world. Okay, when you leave off this world, what do you want this world to look at you? How do you want to look when people are standing in your graveyard? what do you want to be written on that graveyard passage? What is that what is that 5 lines to be written on that? Write down that line. How do you want to be called? And then list down the activities that needs to be done so that you achieve that in one stage of life. Or don't go to that extent. At least when you're 50 years old, when you're 45 years old, what do you want yourself to be? How do you want the world to call you? So list down that, and then you work on that activity. Of course, your belief systems will disturb you, because that's how I was always wondering. Sundar Pichai was getting $2,800,000 as one performance review, but for us to get 30,000 rupees as a bonus is becoming so hard in our country. Why it happened? Most of the times it seems to be a contribution from the parental limitations. So cut off all those, change your belief systems, and start working towards your vision. Okay. Yes, next question.
Yes, ma'am. And another participant is asking, what are the situations in which we should reflect our emotions that affect us? And what are the situations in which we should not reflect our emotions affect us?
This is like this is more like a question asking to a Sadguru. A good question, but the thing is, you need not actually react to any of these emotions. But then it will take a very, very long time. Suppose if someone is coming and telling you that your mother is met with an accident and she's lying on the street, and you are requested to come over there. What sort of an emotion you are expecting to come out, or what sort of an emotion can you control at that time? However, doctorate in positive psychology and all that, what sort of an emotion you're actually expecting to come at that time? It will definitely come, and you got to face it. So need not control, or need not stop your emotions and all that. Do not let it carry away your energy, is what my what I'm driving to tell you today.
Yes, ma'am. And another participant is asking, instant tips to motivate ourselves.
Affirmations is the instant thing that you can always do. Write a statement for your own self. Write down how you want to look like, or at least if you're feeling very difficult for you to write, if you want to become a beautiful girl, or if you want to land up in a beautiful marriage for that matter, imagine and start recording of how your marriage life will look like. Okay, and whenever you feel this demotivated, just take your mobile phone, put a headset for you, and start listening. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, sit in a cool place, switch off all the lights, keep the proper AC temperature, close your eyes, and then start dreaming about how that beautiful marriage would be, or how that beautiful career would be, or how that beautiful house that you're wanting to buy, a 4 BHK in Racecourse, or in Sai Baba Colony, or in GV Residency, or how does it look like, or you want to buy a private jet for yourself. How does it look like? So start imagining that, motivate yourself with that, and that is the instant thing that you could do, so that you get motivated.
Super, ma'am. And another question, ma'am, how to build
How come?
our mind for different works? How to build our mind for different works?
Different bugs are.
Work, ma'am.
Work.
Works. Jobs.
I'm still not clear, like in what perception this question is asked from. Is it a student, or I'm still not clear about it. But then the thing is, student. Okay. But the thing is, why should we really want? Okay, from a student perspective, the different work could be, one is to develop your core, concentrate on your core work area. Suppose if you're an engineering student, what is the core area of your specialization? That is the productive work. Okay, for which you clarity is mastery in life. You should really be clear about what is that thing, what is that productive area, or what is that specialization even. If you choose the specialization, what is your life going to be? That is all is your productive area. So clarity is mastery. Clearly write what is that one core area of your life. And the other thing is that super productive area is to get your mindset right for this productive area. That is the area for which one answer is clarity is mastery. For your question, you are asking me what is the how to get prepared for different work. Clarity is mastery. List down that unproductive job, list down that different work, then you will become super clear about it, and your mind will always give to do's for achieving that. If you are unclear, if you're really not clear about what you are actually wanting to do you want to get married or you want to go for a job? Do you want to go for love marriage or you want to go for arranged marriage? Are you going to stay with your in-laws or are you going to stay with your husband alone? So if you have all these questions, list it down. Clarity is mastery.
Excellent. And another person
Yes.
is asking, he is a more workaholic person,
Okay.
seems. He want to become, he want to spend the time with his family also, it seems.
Yes.
But he couldn't.
No, you have to be good.
How to manage
The
it?
good thing is you have understood that you are at least a workaholic person. So at that level, very good at this point. So always, this is not only for him, the person who asked this question. This is for all of you. I'm telling you, go to 16personalities.com and just take up a free survey of what your personality is all about. It is actually a free thing. Of course, there is a premium version of asking you to pay some $29 and all that. Don't just go for it. Just go for the premium free version. Take up the test. At the end of the test, you will be given some 4 alphabets. Okay, ENJF, INJF, and all that. So after that, with that 4 alphabets, it will give you a list of personality types, or the way you are actually in with your romantic life, with your career life, with your work-life balance, and all this thing will be listed down in it will clearly tell. Now, as this person has asked it, if you are clearly knowing what to do, you can't expect the same result in life being the same person. Okay, you really wanted to become you are a workaholic and you wanted to spend time with the family, then it's clear that you need to move it, and you can't expect the same result being the same person. So for which you need to make that mind shift. So go to this personality 16personalities.com, attend that personality test, get that 4 alphabets, and then study your personality, and then have a confirmation of your personality type and all that. It will it will be so clear, like an astrology horoscope of yours. It will tell you how you will behave, how you will eat, what sort of career will suit you, and all that. And then it will also give you a list of weaknesses. Start working on it. That will actually help you. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Definitely. Meenakshi, ma'am, is there any other questions?
Ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Okay.
Kanmani, I would
Now
like to
I
speak a
would
few
like
words.
to invite our HOD, ma'am.
Madam, good evening. This is Anusha.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
We had a very good session, excellent session with you.
Thank you.
We enjoyed the session actually.
Thank
It was
you.
so informative.
Thank
I do have some questions with me
Yes, ma'am.
regarding the affirmations and subconsciousness, etc. I did practice the affirmations for few days, but I'm not
Okay.
able to continue. Can you give some tips so that for all the webinars or for all the lectures that we listen,
Okay.
with enthusiasm, we'll be able to continue for a few days. We'll be practicing it for a few days. But then it won't be possible for us, most of us, I hope. Are there any tips to overcome this problem?
Yes, ma'am. This is actually a 555 model of training, studying the effectiveness of a training program. There is a methodology called as 555 model. So one thing is you could, do some assessment on how the training was. Like it is always like first 5 days, people will be so enthusiastic telling that, oh, it was an awesome session, that was, my life changing moment happened and all that. And after 5 days it was like, yeah, it was good, but then there was some poor internet connectivity issues and all that. Of course, these online models are not working. And after 5 months, if you ask them like, no, which webinar was that, which Monday was that, and all that. So this is 1555 model. This always has an effect. But then to personally take care of all this, we are always 28 days away from a habit. So you make a habit. Of course, mind is very tuned to getting into the comfortness of not following anything. There is something called as a 66-day habit installation protocol. That, according to that protocol, it says like first 22 days, your mind will give all the negative things to tell you that, no, affirmations will not work. I have read the secret book fully and the law of attraction all is there. But then it will not work out practically and all that. First 22 days, your mind will give you all negative things. The next 22 days, it will slowly tell you that, okay, I think let us all put this in practice, and then let us see how is it working. Let me not be so positive, negative. Let me just do it. And then the next 22 days, when you're getting the grip out of it, it will really elevate you the next level. So we are just 28 days away from any habit. So of course it is hard, but then it's that's how we get differentiated, right? That's how we are different from big billionaires, millionaires, and all that. That's how we stick to a habit. You make it as a habit. Read your affirmations consistently. Buy a beautiful notebook. One important thing is we should not always sit and read in laptop or listen to these YouTube videos and then just look at these videos and all that. When you write to make your reading, it's all perfect. To listen to podcasts, videos, books, audios and all that's okay. But then when you write your affirmations, buy a beautiful notebook, sit in a beautiful place, decorate that place beautifully. Make sure it is the place which is going to turn your life. Because in the next 20 years, if you're going to become a multi-millionaire, it can happen for us. But then only we got to decide and we got to put the effort. So sit in that place, make that place beautiful, light up candles, put some aroma, candles and all that. Sit in that place for every day, at least 15 to 20 minutes in that place. Write in your affirmations. Write your affirmations by using your own hand, because that's the way we are actually getting the brain into teaching systems into our neural schema, rather than just having a notepad or just by looking at it. So in that way, you could seriously have an impact on you. And if you see yourself being successful, I'm sure you will not leave that practice.
Very true, ma'am. Very true. Thank you. And also, can you suggest some few books to increase our positivity, ma'am? So all our viewers will be
What
able
area,
to, just to increase our positivity, similar to a secret book, the secret book.
Okay. One is the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma, all the books like Discover Your Destiny is one extreme super powerful book. Family Wisdom, Leadership Wisdom, Greatness Guide, 5 a.m. Club, Who Will Cry When You Die, and Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Of all these of Robin Sharma is all super useful. And then Think and Grow Rich of Napoleon Hill is next awesome book. The Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy is another beautiful book. And of course, Tirukural from Tamil literature is the excellent for always to give back anything, to get recharged with everything. I hope it's good.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. If you need any clarification, our coordinators will contact you for the details regarding the book title and the name.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, last one question, ma'am. Can you suggest some website for self-assessment? You tell no, like 16personality.com, like some websites you suggest.
That's more than enough. 16personalities.com is more than enough. It is not like it is 16personalities.com. That is the only thing I was doing. And there is another thing from Mind Valley. It is called as Life Book Assessment. Okay, that is also a free assessment. It will give you a beautiful structure on 12 different parameters of your life. It will tell you how spiritually you are good, what is your financial level, and it will give you a pie chart like of a graph telling you in which area you are weak And because of this area, which is affecting all the other, your romantic life is getting affected, your work life is getting affected, your financial life is getting spoiled, just because of one character of yours. So it will give you all the other areas pointing out, telling that this is also a free assessment happening in Mind Valley's life assessment website. Just type Mind Valley life assessment book. You will get this link, and you can take up that test. And 16 personality is an awesome personality test.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Super, ma'am.
Yes, I do have a YouTube channel, so I request all of you to subscribe to the channel. I'll share the link with Kanmani. I'm also on Instagram, so that you will get updates of all what I'm posting. I'll share the links with Kanmani. I'm Dr. Valarrmathi Srinivasan's YouTube channel. All that, okay?
Sure, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Definitely
Thank
I
you.
will share
Sure,
to
ma'am. Sure,
all,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful and informative session. And you have given a lot of information, saying like 555 model training, 16personalities.com, and n number of books. And you have talked about especially starting from the unproductive, productive, and super productive informations. It was really useful. Definitely, we will work on it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. On behalf of department, I'm just thanking to you all the participants. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this wonderful evening with all of you.
Thank you very much,
Thank
ma'am.